My name is Prakash Anthony, and I head the sales India sales operations for Bulwark Technologies across India through our system integration partners. Uh, Bulwark Technology is basically headquartered of the Middle East in Dubai, handling about 10 countries in the Middle East. And we handle the operations for Pan India through our system integration community here. And now we have also tied up with EPAC for our set of solutions. So today we would be looking at three products, which from and I know covering up a little more than what just the three products would do in terms of NMS, in terms of IT asset management, patch management, and from an email security perspective. So let's start. So we are an organization based out of Middle East, 25 years in the market now, close to 25 years. We have operations in India which have started here in the year 2017. Our set of OEMs, we have exclusivity on some of the OEMs that we have here, specifically in the secure file transfer space, in the DLP side, in the DLP, in the SIM space. We have close to more than 200 channel partners with whom we work across India. We work as a value-added distributor, so we help the partners to address end customer requirements with the pre-sales activities, with the demos, POCs, implementations, post-sales activities. So from a cybersecurity perspective, most of our partners are covered to be able to handle an end-to-end requirement for a need of a customer. So today we are going to be handling three products. The first one is going to be motor data, which is basically you have a single dashboard solution which takes care of IT and non-IT asset management and automated patch management. Today, it also has the capability to be able to do NMS and NCM along with service desk. We are not taking up those modules currently, but within this same ambit of motor data, we can also provide customer the other modules which are NMS, NCM, and service desk. So today we'll be focusing on asset management and patch management. The other product is going to be the network monitoring software. It's an NMS tool, and Mimecast, which will be an email security tool. So I would be handling the motor data and Fotra portfolio. My colleague Rahul would be looking at presenting the Mimecast portfolio to you. Okay. So motor data is basically from a perspective of it has an on-prem as well as a cloud-based offering for all of the solutions, all of the modules that is there. Like I said, they have an NMS, they have an NCM, they have asset management, they have patch management, and service desk, IT ops. This product can be deployed either from you can use the cloud-based option or the on-prem option as well. From a licensing perspective, they have a subscription-based model as well as a perpetual license model. So on the asset management part, basically you can look at the whole life cycle automation of an asset. So when I say life cycle automation of a asset, it basically would include from a start point where one person in the organization is needs a particular asset, for example, a laptop. So the need would come from a user or from a manager. So there could be multiple people involved in this particular transaction. So the user requires a laptop, a manager has to approve the laptop, somebody from the management has to approve for the finance. There will be procurement team which should be involved in this to do a purchase. There might be purchase who would be dealing externally with vendors. So there could be a different set of people looking at this whole procurement. So this particular application will look at the whole life cycle in terms of who's the actual end user, who has it been approved by in the hierarchy. So NCM is network configuration management. Network monitoring does basically just monitoring of any assets within the ambit of the asset has an IP address or an SNMP agent. If you want to do any configuration, so it can only network NMS can only monitor an asset. NCM, you can reach to that particular device and do the necessary configuration changes. So that is NCM. Yeah. So the lifecycle automation includes who is ordering it, by whom it has been ordered, which is the vendor who has supplied it, the invoice related to that particular vendor or for that particular asset or for that particular transaction. So there is a full chain of things that would happen along with that. Once the asset comes in, to whom it has been assigned, and then there is also the aspect of over the period of years, depreciation part of it. So that is also taken into account. So that takes care of the whole life cycle automation. This has becoming a very popular requirement now in the manufacturing, in the banking, BFSI space. Lot many organizations are looking at this from the perspective of, because of the hybrid nature of functioning now with most organizations, and also from a compliance perspective. I think ISO 27001 also regulates this particular aspect of this. The product basically gives you the capability of being able to do both IT assets and non-IT assets. So you can do a life cycle in terms of the software as well within the organization. So if you have a pool of softwares which is there within an organization, you can actually have a visibility of which licenses are being used, which are being unutilized. You can do a necessary audit of these particular licenses, and then pick and choose from, if it's being unutilized in a certain asset, then you can take that particular license and then allocate it to a asset which basically it requires that particular license. So you can look at the visibility from a perspective of new procurement of licenses, is it required, and things like that. So this you could do across applications. So largely this comes into picture when you have concurrent licenses in the organization and you want to kind of have a check on that. So that is another way of another feature of this particular thing in terms of software lifecycle as well. And also what we call as asset wastage. So it gives you a total aspect in terms of if assets are not being allocated, software is not get allocated, is being underutilized, then you can pick and choose to be able to use these resources to be able to give it to the right person when if there is an underutilization of assets, hardware, software included. And from a compliance management part of it, the other part of this particular module is basically patch management. So patch management covers all endpoints across locations. You can get critical patch alerts on these particular versions of software that are there. You can mitigate the security risk in terms of versions. You can do a rollback in terms of the software versions that have been done. Patch governance is available, so you're looking at different aspects in terms of guidance that is required for specific versions are required for software in terms of deployment and things like that, and from a patch compliance management perspective as also. So I think I've already covered this a part of it. So complete asset lifecycle management, like I mentioned, you can do both IT assets, non-IT assets. IT assets can be auto discovered if it has an IP address and or an SNMP agent. It'll be able to auto discover the asset within the network. For non-IT assets, it will be taken as an inventory, so it can be taken as an XLS sheet or a CVS document, imported into the application, and then have visibility of that particular non-IT asset. It also has a capability to be able to have to print QR codes. So you can print QR codes out of the application and put it on the device. The application gives you the capability to be able to download a mobile application from the Play Store. So using that particular mobile application, if you scan the QR code on that particular asset, it gives you details of that particular asset. So for any for non-IT assets which are moving in and out of the organization, or it is moving from one branch to the other, or it has to be moved from one place to another. Using the QR code, you can do all the mechanisms to be able to. It does not have an automated way because it's a non-IT asset. If it's going out of a particular facility, that it can it auto detect? No, it cannot be done. But when a non-IT asset is moving from a certain one point to another point outside of that particular office premises, then it has to be manually entered that this particular asset is now in this particular location under this office under so and so person. So those aspects have to be manually fed. So software metering, like I've already taken this up, built-in configuration management database available, workflow management is available, baselining for compliance purpose. So these are very basic aspects of and everything in terms of asset management. Uh, a single dashboard, like I said, it gives you the capability to be able to handle, look at asset management as well as patch management, and also to be able to do remote desktop on this. So from a patch management perspective, it does you can do an automated patch and scanning on this. Patch deployment can be done remotely. The most of the organization have this particular challenge in terms of a multi-operating system environment. So Motor Data has the support to be able to do this for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, which probably in different proportions in each organization. But yeah, so if our customer is a multi-operating system environment, Motor Data does have capability for Mac as well as for Linux as well. Yeah, so you can roll out different versions of this from a package, and then roll this down in an environment where it is not connected to the network. So you can do this in a more close guarded network as well. Um, so from a perspective of benefit, you would see that security patch management requires security. It's a security enhancement based on all the when there is a kind of mitigation that is required. Where there is a attack that has happened or something like that. That enhancement is required where you need to suddenly push some of these software updates. It takes care of it. Will be able to help you do that too for a customer. Compliance enforcement is there. Like I said, the product is been looked at a lot from the certification purposes with BS or ISO 20001, and basically from the perspective of security, from a stability point of view for any organization, from all on the software side, and performance optimization. So these are some of the customers that Motor Data has. It's a Make in India product. So from this thing of to give you reference of these customers, there are lots of customers also, especially in the government space for Motor Data, for the NMS, for patch management, for service desk. So it's a well tried, tested, deployed product in India right now. Also, we are distributors for them in the Middle East as well. So across the globe, we have deployments of Motor Data. So the next product that we have on the agenda is Intermapper NMS. So this is a purely NMS tool. It's a for anybody wanting to know what is NMS, and this is the most simplistic tool that you can find. NMS Intermapper NMS basically does the aspect of network monitoring. It does not do anything beyond that. It does that job well. From a perspective that it can detect any device on the network, as long as again it goes back to the same aspect, needs an IP address, requires an SNMP agent to be able to detect it. So you can find anything like a desktop, laptop, server, instance, anything that has an IP address, access point, IoT device, printers, etc. On this. So the thing for it, what does it do? It gives you the capability. It can establish different kind of probes and notifications and thresholds. So basically, you can tell if an hardware is reaching a certain 80% threshold of its utilization, then it can give you a report or it can give you a notification. If a router or any kind of asset within the network devices is going, the utilization is going beyond 70%, 80%, whichever threshold is being set, it'll provide you a notification. You can set up a notification to let you know whether the asset is offline or online. So if it goes offline, there can be a notification coming in. Or if it goes beyond a threshold, it can give you a notification coming in. So this is all with respect to the assets from a perspective of availability and notifications being sent out. The other part which many of the organizations look at is from a perspective of utilization of the link. So one aspect would be on the WAN side, one aspect would be on the network side. So you on the network side, if you're looking at it, they also have the flows. So by default, the software basically has the capability to let you know that this is the capacity of the link. So it could be a 1 gigabit link, 2 gigabit link, 512 Mbps link. This is the capacity of the link, and then it'll also give you the aspect of what is the utilization of that particular link. If the customer, as a customer, you want to deep dive and want to understand with respect to which are the users who are using this, which are the applications which are using this particular bandwidth, then you would require to set flows. So there's a component called flows. You can enable the flows on that particular network device, and it gives you. So even you have a 24 port or a 48 port switch or multiple ports on a router, on that one particular device, you need to enable the flows, and it will give you the flow details of the bandwidth across all the ports that are available on that particular device. So it gives you a deep dive in terms of which application has been looking at using a bandwidth, what kind of capabilities and things like that. Otherwise, within the ambit of the basic license, it gives you the details of availability, non-availability, offline. Once it comes up, it can send you a notification as well, and the utilization in terms of bandwidth. You can look at look at it from a chart perspective. We can do live demonstrations for this at another moment in time, where we can show you the dashboard and show it to in real time how the chart looks. So you're looking at, as a customer, you're looking at your have visibility to all the network devices in a glance across, or you could just group them branch wise, city wise, whichever you want to, and will it detect the CPU usage level of switches? Yes, it will. It can give you a report on that as well. So the NMS part is going to be for Intermapper. It's going to be like very plain forward, simple. That it does the best activity of being able to monitor anything on a network, which is which has an IP. It is auto discoverable, so you don't have to do anything really. The licensing is basically based on number of devices. So number of devices that you have, that many licenses will be required. So if you have say 1,000 assets in an organization, for example, and you have 500 assets, it will go up to 500 assets. Beyond 500 is the 500 first asset beyond. It will show you on the network, but it will not give you any uh, queries or any details with respect to those particular assets. The first 500 that it detects, it will basically give you the details for that. So you'll have to, as a customer, look at necessarily buying a number of licenses as many as the devices that you would want to monitor. The license is again very simple. Each device requires a license. It's a perpetual license, so you buy it once and then you are done for a lifetime. Second or onwards, if you're looking at software maintenance, that is something that is available to you to for new features, upgrades, updates, patches, and things like that. So it's automatically discoverable. It refines the details with respect to the context. You can do a grouping with respect to that. You can do sub maps, you can do sub networks, and auto discovery of changes controlled of this. So any changes that could happen also, it will be able to update you on that as well. So what differentiates it from the competition is its simplicity from a user point of view. In terms of complexity of identifying, it is on par with the other competition that you have mentioned. The simplicity is that it does NMS and it does that job clean and clear. The licensing is very clear. It's a perpetual license, and there is no aspect of how much of data or log or anything like that. So it's going to be very clean and clear from a adoption point of view. So visual indicators, alerting you can get via email, via SMS. You can you can integrate with syslogs with the SIM tools, SNMP traps, command line automation can be done on this. So it does gives you a lot of granular, details in terms of the network on the devices, real time feedback coming in. It gives you visibility, like I said. Network mapping can be done. Irrespective of the software that is deployed there, operating system, it does not have any restriction in terms of that. Monitors anything with an IP address, so you don't have to really go and deploy anything on this. So it's as clean and clear as that, and good support coming in from the OEM on this particular solution. This also can be integrated with another add-on solution that Fotra has, which is called capacity management, but that's for another time. So if anybody is looking at capacity management, Intermapper does. It's not part of of Intermapper, but it's another tool that can get added on for capacity management, which large organizations also are looking at.
So, hi all, this is Rahul over here. Like today, I'm here to speak about Mimecast. So, Mimecast is a email security solution. Like it's a SaaS-based module. So, Mimecast is a UK-based product, and it's a Gartner Leader product also. Like as as I mentioned, it's a SaaS-based. Like we have around 16 data centers across the world for this Mimecast. So, like email security, like it seamlessly integrates with your Office 365 as well as your G Suite. If you are in G Suite, like you can easily integrate with the Mimecast, and like for Exchange servers also, yeah. Like if you are in Exchange servers, that can also be integrated to the Mimecast. So the integration is like very easy. It's a MX-based record integration available in the Mimecast. So all the incoming and outgoing emails will be scanned against the malwares like the phishing attacks, spam attacks, everything like it will be scanned against the um, like every for all incoming emails and all outgoing emails like it will be scanned in the Mimecast. So like the protection can be categorized into two parts. one is at your perimeter level in the sense like at your gateway, and next in the sense like internal email protection. So as you know, as you all guys know, like internal email, it's a big um, like threat for an organization. So internal threat in the sense like a user can leak the data, like a user can use the email server to leak the data and all. So for the we do support like the mails which is coming from outside, like we can protect against the URL protection, like we can protect against the attachment protection, like also like we do have impersonation protection. But like for the inside, like we do have DLP check, like we do have like if any malicious link has been sent over internal communication, that can also be protected with this mimecast. Apart from this mimecast, the basic protection, like we do have data leakage prevention, like and we do have email continuity. In email continuity, like consider like if you are on an exchange server and exchange server is down, still like you can use this mimecast as a exchange server, like as a like email server, so that like you can continue your email communication. Also like we do have archiving and this mimecast server, like consider like if you want to archive the older emails to the mimecast server, yes, we do have an option in the mimecast. Also like mimecast is providing large file sense in the sense like if you as you all know, like you have a limitation and office reach file, like there is 15 MB limitation, and G Suite like it's 20 MB of limitation and all. So like if you want to send more than like consider like a 50 MB file has to be shared over the email, like we can depend on this mimecast and we can securely transfer the message to the recipient. So no matter what the file size, like we can import to the mimecast and we can deliver a secure link to the recipient. So at your perimeter level, so as I told, like Mimecast has been considered into two parts. One is at your perimeter, and second is on your internal network, like internal communication. So at your perimeter level, it will act as a gateway. So your entire Exchange server or a G Suite server will be pointed to the Mimecast, and all the Mimecast like incoming mails will scan against the advanced spam malwares. Okay, if the body of the email is containing spam or a malware, like mimecast will be blocked and a secure copy of the email will be sent to the user. Also like we do have routing controls. So whenever a mail is being received, like it will check from where the destination is, like where the source is, and whether the it is coming from a genuine source and all, it can check from the mimecast. Also like send recipient relationship checklist. So here what happens, like we do have a DKIM and DMARC analyzer to check whether a genuine sender is sending the email, or else like if it's a spam user who is sending the email. Also like DOS protection, like denial of service, like if any mails containing of this type of attacks, of course it will be blocked at the perimeter level itself. Apart from this primary check, like we do have attachment controls, like the URL protection, like quarantine and all. So in this attachment protection, what it will does in the sense, if a mail is containing a URL, like that URL will be checked in the Mimecast server, like it will be sandboxed, and like it will be checked whether the URL is good or bad. And if it's good, like it will be uh, sent to a recipient, or else if it's bad, like it will keep on the Mimecast server itself and it will just intimate the user as well as the admin user. Also like we do have quarantine mechanism, like whatever attachment it is coming to the Mimecast, it will keep on a quarantine, and like it will check all the data which is inside the document. If it's pure, like if it's good to deliver, like it will be delivered. Or else like if it contains some spam malicious URLs and all, like that will be quarantined, it and it will be just intimated to the user. Okay, so if it has to be released, like he has to get in touch with the IT manager to release that particular mail. Also, after all these checks, it will be securely delivered to the user mailboxes. So this slide is an explanation of URL protection. So whenever an email comes in, like it will first hit the Mimecast server, and Mimecast will analyze analyze the data, and if it's a good site, yes, it will be delivered, and if it's a bad site, yes, of course it will be quarantined. Also, not only the quarantining it, like every URL which has been delivered in the email, like it will be rewritten for the Mimecast URL, and this Mimecast URL will be delivered to the recipient. Whatever URL it is, like whether it's a good URL, if it's a bad URL, it will be rewritten with a Mimecast URL. And when a recipient clicks on that particular link, the Mimecast will check at the backend. It will there are multiple AV engines which has been integrated on the Mimecast, so it will check for the um, whether it's a good time or like good link or a bad link. It will check, and then it will be delivered to the end users. So Mimecast not only protects the body of the mail, the sender email or the subject line, but it do have a capability of scanning all the files like attachments which has been attached on the email. So attachment, what it does, the working of the attachment protection in the sense, it will hit the Mimecast server, like it will go to the sandboxing. If attachment is having any malicious content, then it will be quarantined, and if it is a pure, then a secure copy of the file is being sent to the end user. So next comes is impersonation protection. And this impersonation protection, I'm aware you have received a type of mail once I have received a mail my CEO, my MD has written a mail to me. So when I realized the mail ID, like it was a spam email. So on a first look, I just thought like it is delivered from my MD itself. So this is kind of a impersonation protection. Okay, so this protection, what it does, it will check the sender ID, receiver ID, like everything, like it will be checked, and the the display name of the uh, display name of the sender, it will check the domain from which domain the mail has been sent, the keywords used in the email body. So it has a AI technology, the format, how the mail is been written, whether it's considered as a spam or a phishing, like it will be considered, and based on that checks, it will be delivered securely to the end users. So there are a lot of checks happening, the display name will be checked, the keywords used in the email body, or else like the domain name, everything, like it will be checked, and it will be protected against impersonation. So till now I spoke about the emails coming outside your organization. Now I'm going to speak about the emails which has been communicated internally. So in internal emails, there are a lot of things employees can use the email to leak the data, mm, or else so for unwanted things, like they can use the corporate data. So what Intermap, what Mimecast does, like we do have a ability to scan the mails which is communicated internally, okay, which is not going outside. So manual or full automated remediation is available on the Mimecast. Like if it's a uh, if the mail has been quarantined based on the policy what we have set, so the intimation will be delivered to the end user, like your mail is being blocked, like this is the reason, okay, or else like it will be like we have an option to intimate the admin user also. Yes, this mail has been blocked, whether you have to be released or not, it will be intimated to the admin user. Okay, so these are the checks which is being done for the outgoing emails. So first, as I told, the DLP. So DLP will be checked on the attachments as well. Like if it's a password protected file, like we do have a option. Like if it's a compressed file, like we can still open the files and we can see to the content of the file. Also, like we have the content, if the mail itself, like the body of the mail itself is having the critical data, like of course, like we can block it. Also, like we do have a encryption, like we do support end-to-end encryption. So if the mail is being sent from source to destination, like sender to recipient, the entire communication will be encrypted form. Okay, so like as I mentioned in the earlier slide, like we do have an option to send the large and secure attachments. So apart from your limitation from of your Office 365, like G Suite and all, like 15 MB, 20 MB and all, there is limitation. Like, but if we are on Mimecast, like we can send large files. Like we can directly log into the Mimecast, upload the file from there. Like we can send the large files to the recipient. So licensing is based on the number of email boxes. Okay, and it has been categorized into core, hero, and mega. So in core, the basic protection has been available. In basic protection, like you can see, like the phishing mails, the malware mails, spam emails, everything has been mitigated. But in hero, like you can achieve more feature, like sending large files, like ensuring safe browsing and all. So URL protection and all will come into the hero pack. And the final one comprises of all the feature, like it do have a awareness training. So if the user still, so whatever we educate the end user, like if IT admin sets a rule, like whenever a URL is being delivered, be precise, and if it's a genuine link, just open. So but end users like will not listen to them, like they will just go and open the URLs, right? So for that, like security awareness training also, like we are providing, like from the Mimecast itself they provide. So it's a course, like the end users can just register. If they are customer of Mimecast, they can just register, they can just have the course. And what are the vulnerabilities or what are the attacks from the emails, like they can get it, like in the security awareness training, like they will be able to get the entire knowledge on the Mimecast. So the licensing is based on core, hero, and mega. The basic protection will be covered on the core and hero. In hero, like basic protection plus like the large file transfers, everything is being covered. And in the mega, all the three platform, like all the three categorization is being involved on this mega thing. So these are some referral customers.
Thank you everybody for joining us, and we hope that we've been able to provide you some insights of the solutions that we deal with. The contact details are there on your screen. Do feel free to reach out for any further questions. We'll be more than happy to get in touch with you for this, as well as for the other solutions that we spoke about at the start of the session. In a few days, for those who missed it, this session will be available to you on our YouTube page, along with the past webinars also that have been put up out there. So please go ahead and have a look at it. Okay, just search for EPAX consultancy within YouTube, and you'll find all our past webinars out there as well. Thank you.